Science subject for middle school. Friction and force. So what is force and what is friction? Force is a power that causes an object to move or that changes movement. Basically, it's a push or pull. So what is friction on the other hand? Friction is force that resists the sliding or rolling of an object. So we have mass and weight. What's the difference between those two? Mass is the measure of matter in an object, while weight is the force of gravity on an object. So how do you measure mass? To measure mass, you have to use a triple beam balance or an electric scale. The units we use for mass is usually grams or kilograms. Sometimes it can be different according to the problem. So how do we measure weight on the other hand? To measure weight, you have to use a spring scale. The units we use for weight and force, too, is newtons. Remember, newtons always has a capital letter, as you can see. So we have several types of force. Net force is the sum or total of all forces acting on one object. So we have balanced force and we have unbalanced force. Balanced force is the same amount of force and opposite direction. Objects with balanced forces do not move, and they have a net force of 0. On the other hand, unbalanced force does not have an equal amount of force and or direction. Objects with an unbalanced force will always move towards the amount in which greater force is acted upon it. Basically the opposite of balanced force. So finally we have friction in motion. These are the types of frictions. We have no motion, which is basically there's no motion in the object, so there can't be friction. This is called static friction. We have sliding motion, which is when the object is actually sliding, which is called sliding friction. We have finally rolling motion, which is just rolling, which is called rolling friction. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and remember to keep learning.